It's Crypto Lovers Trading Group Friday morning. Hope everybody's doing well this morning. Hope everybody had a great week. Going into the weekend, I want to cover really quickly. I've gotten a lot of emails, a lot of questions regarding all the new things, the new death cross. That's the new code word this week for everything that's happening with Bitcoin. Okay. Just like Pi cycle top was 45 days ago. Okay. What does it mean falling below the 200-day moving average? Realistically. That's really the question, right? Are we in a bear market? No. The indicators on the on-chain and the blockchain indicate that we're in a bear market? No. Are we seeing rising exchange flows now post, the bloodbath of a week ago, a week or 10 days ago? No. We're actually seeing declining supply of Bitcoin and Ethereum on exchanges. That's bullish. Okay. We're not in a bearish market. Anyone who's kind of selling you that mess is just not informed. And a lot of times you're seeing now what's happening is we've transitioned now in the last 30 days from talking about 2017 Bitcoin and its correlation to what's happening in 2020, 2021 to now we're going all the way back to 2013. That's what everybody's talking about this week. It's how now the market looks a lot more like 2013 than any other time, as a way of exploring what may happen or to give excuses as to what has happened for people who got wrecked. And the thing about it is 2021 is nothing like 2013 from a market sense. Now, it may be from a technical standpoint and on the chart because that's factual, right? That's not up for debate. Those are facts. They're data points. But the market in 2021 is completely different than 2013. You've got way more adoption, way more access. We all have way more access to Bitcoin than we've ever had. Institutions are now all over the place putting money into cryptocurrency, especially Bitcoin and Ethereum. You now have traded funds coming up all over the world, coming to the US this year. You've got none of this stuff existed in 2013. So you have to remember that as the backdrop. But just as we talked about here, we're going to open this up. Just as we've talked about the week, how we look at the weekly and the monthly, right? And we focus on RSI and our trading QRT. That RSI level, relative strength index, is so critical and overlooked by so many because it's so simple that people kind of overthink. And when you only use the RSI, 8 out of 10 times, you're going to be in profit. That's just the reality. And remember, and I'm going to talk about this in a more extensive video. Remember, Hall of Famers in baseball are in the Hall of Fame that batted about 350 to 400. That means they got out of 10 at bats, they actually had to hit 3.5 to 4 of those at bats. Okay? And they got in the Hall of Fame. So you got to think about that in terms of when you're looking at indicators and what actually works for you, right? Well, RSI works 8 out of 10 times. Okay, and you can see when we get to that 90 level RSI, we've always talked about this in our group. That's when we do the sell downs. That's when we short the Bitcoin, okay? It's because RSI at 90 is overbought on the monthly. You can see how it fell here. You can see how it fell here. And you can just see how just below 90, it fell again here in the last 2 weeks. Now, the other indicator we want to look at in terms of an RSI level is the 70 level because that actually is a more critical level for Bitcoin, and it always has been historically. Look at these areas of 70 and what has happened. They have provided support and resistance overall to the Bitcoin market. Historically, go back 8 years, go all the way back to 2013, like everybody on YouTube is doing, and take a look at just the RSI. Don't worry about the price. The price of Bitcoin is irrelevant. That's not how you're going to trade. I don't care if Bitcoin is 36,000 today or 40,000 today. What I care about is what is its relative strength index, reflective of its overall trajectory, right? And its past, in terms of where we sit. Because ultimately, that's what you're trading. You are trading a relative strength index in terms of Bitcoin. You're not trading price. You're trading behavior. What this chart tells you is what's the behavior, okay? At the 70 level, we can see here, we broke it, formed a top, came back down, tested it, formed a top. This time we broke it. Then we went into a consolidation period, okay, which is the support zone overall. Did the same thing, tested it, broke it. Up to 90, back down, broke through it, had to form a bottom, back up to 70, tested it, didn't make it, back down, tested it, broke it, reached our